Newsflash. My comfort in being honest with you is not your reason for your insecurities being hurt. That's clearly the work I've done to be at the point of honesty, not just with myself, but with also others around. Stop pretending and claiming that you do this work as well just because you want to look good. Because when I'm actually expressing it, and when it's your turn to be dealt with, just like it would be for me in any situation I would need to be, you're going to behave in a way that is not showing that you're grown up and you've been doing the work. I.e., you're going to act offended. You're going to get defensive. You're going to give every reason and excuse under the sun based on everything you've done before in the past to try to validate how you're so equipped now with things that you don't do or practice anymore, and the results that you have currently do not show or amass the ego you're trying to protect. Only reason I know how to break that down was because I broke it down within myself. I'm not gonna hold a sign up to constantly let y'all know that I've been doing this work. It is on you to figure out who the fuck you're talking to. When I tell you who I am, your only job is to learn, listen, and respect. Same as it is with mine. So everything else that you make up in your mind brain that wasn't what I gave to you is on you, not me. Stop getting it twisted, because if we're adults, we need to be adults. When what you're doing is wrong, but you just don't like being told that it's wrong, that is not my problem. That's your problem. My problem is figuring out how to get away from your unwanted decision making and energy building. You getting offended at that is also not my problem. That is your problem, because you haven't done the work to not feel offended. I did. That's why I made the clear and correct decision to move the fuck along, if that's something I had to make the decision on. And if I'm moving the way that I am moving, if you know me and you bothered to get to know me, you know why I'm moving how I'm moving. So there is no reason to ask or question out of insecurity and bias, and much less selfish self-oblivion or self-absorbed oblivion. I'm not chasing behind nobody, and I'm not arguing with you. I'm a grown-ass man. I've been through too much. Everybody brags and everybody bitches and complains about what they claim to have been through in life until they compare and contrast, which they shouldn't be doing, and then they feel away because they want to try to match with a nigga like me. Stop it. Worry about what you have to do. Be humble when you learn from other people, even though you think you're equal to them when you're not. And shut the fuck up when it's necessary. Stick to your script. That does not mean that you only have a lane out of disrespect. That means you have a lane that is yours. Do it. And if it's not benefiting and helping other people, figure that part out if you're trying to be a team player. Because coming around to just tell people what you fucking need without giving them instruction or a vision on what the fuck to do, or at least where to go, you're not the one to follow. You have no clear, concise direction. You have no clear idea on what you want. A plan is not necessary because that shit always changes. So, what do? If you want to be a part of the progress, you figure out what your supporting gifts are until you can figure out what your bossing gifts are. See? Giving gems. because I do a level of work within myself that niggas do not do, but bitch and brag about shit that makes no sense for them to brag and bitch about when they don't fucking do or have the work to back it up. Being a good leader is about learning how to be a good fucking follower and a good fucking supporter when it's your turn to. Shout out to Chris Rock. When it's your turn to play the tambourine, play the fuck out of that tambourine. Stop bitching, groaning, and whining because you don't want to, because you don't see yourself as that specific role at that moment. Nigga, every season has a reason. When it's your season to play a tambourine, play your fucking tambourine. Play your sidekick role until it's time for you to be the hero. Hero?